Welcome back to the bench. Today we have a retro cassette player. It's a Sony Walkman WM 2013. I say it is retro, it's pretty old. Not sure exactly what year this thing was actually made. Doubt it was in 2013, but you never know. This thing is, stopped playing tapes, so the usual thing that goes wrong with these things is the belts degrade, and I've actually already opened this one because it is actually just an empty case. Boom. And we can see here that the belts are missing. Here is one of the belts. This is the one in better condition than the two. The other one had just completely rotted away. There was just literally nothing left of it. It was just a sticky, gooey mess. And you can see this one's just pulling apart. There it's still elastic, but where it's actually snapped, it's just literally just goo. So we've got two new belts to put into this thing. These are just generic belts. They're probably slightly thicker than the originals, but not a huge amount. I mean, it's hard to tell with these originals because these have probably stretched quite a bit as well before they snapped. So yeah, they probably would be pretty close to the original size. So let's get these belts on. First thing you need to do is just release this spring because the belt needs to go under it. So I'll just move this out of the way temporarily. And this one goes on, there's actually two positions for bands here, and it goes on to the lower one here. So that goes on there. Let's stretch it without twisting it too much. And yeah, that looks good. It's really nice and freely, and then we'll just put it on our other belt here for the motor. Oh, didn't quite go on there. Okay, and we can see our cogs turning, and yeah, our capstan here is a direct drive from this brass pulley. And this is very minimalist design. I mean, it's built down to a very cheap price point. The casing itself is just literally press clipped together. There isn't a single screw in this thing. At first I was looking, where are the screws? But then realized after a minute or so, there isn't a single screw in it. Looking on the inside, I could only find 4 screws in the entire device. One on each side of the motor here, on the motor bracket, and then one either side of the playhead, and as far as I can see there are no other screws in this thing, so you can see they were saving money there. Okay, let's not forget to put this spring back into place. Let's get it around the peg there. Oh, not quite. It's in place. Pull him down, and bingo. So yeah, that's for our tape mechanism. Okay, so that's a stop button, fast forward, rewind, play. Oh, play. Oh, it does go down. Okay, so let's take a quick look around this. It is a single-sided board, however, it looks like there are some traces that have been painted on. And I don't know if you can see the little black bits in between the silver sections. They look like some kind of carbon resistor that's directly applied to the board. I did try probing this to see if there were resistors, but unfortunately it seems this side of the board is confirmedly coated, probably to protect these traces, which seems to be some kind of silver paint then overlaid with some yellow mask that they also used for the values on the components. We can see one chip down here. This is the AN6650, and that's a motor driver IC. You can see it's right next to the motor, and when I looked it up online, yes, in fact that is the motor driver. This here is the JRC, Japan Radio Co-op, what they used to be called. That's a 2063A. At first I thought that was the amp, but it turns out that that's actually the Dolby B noise reduction IC. It's on this cute little, what appears to be a ceramic little daughter board. I don't know if you can see that, if it's going to focus. So yeah, maybe they just did this as separate little modules and sold them like that, and they could just drop in different modules. There's a little pot there, that's probably to trim the motor speed, but we're not going to change that because these belts are pretty much the same length as the original belts. And there's just one IC on this side with some passives. It's an LA4570, and that's our little preamp and power amp combined into one package. And then yeah, you've just got your tape type select and your Dolby B switch on here, headphone out, volume control, and then you just got a little jack in there to put in some power. So let's just pop this back into its bottom half of its case and see if we can get some life out of it. So yeah, just got to pop those battery clips through there. Okay, so then we can access our battery compartment, and it just takes 2 double A's. Make sure we get them in the right way. Okay, let's just press, and then we can see fast forward, reverse, play. They all seem to be working now. Now we do have a cassette to test it with. We'll put it in the right way. Let's see, let's try it that way first. Okay, we'll just have to hold it in place. And there we go. And we can see that the tape is actually moving. We can just plug it in briefly. This is a pre-recorded cassette, so I can only play a couple of seconds of it just to test it, because yeah, I don't want to get any copyright strikes.
Brave and fucking with hats off. Tell Laura and her husband to back off. Or push this motherfucking button and blast off and launch one of these Russians and nets.
Okay, so yeah, that's a little bit of M&M. The owner of the tape player supplied it with a cassette, so obviously that was helpful for testing. So we know now that there's no other faults with this device, so we can yeah, pop the case back on there, and then it's all fixed, and it can be returned to its owner, and they can continue enjoying their little retro tape player to listen to their cassettes. So let's turn those speakers off. So hopefully this will go together nice and easy. Okay, I didn't take the buttons off. I think, yeah, we have to put it into the other side first and then pop the back on. Otherwise you won't get the buttons in the right place. Okay, so let's try and thread these. That's it. Yeah, that goes in there nice and easy. Now, as I said, there's only 4 screws in this thing. There's not even any screws holding the PCB in place. It's all just held in by friction fit. Okay, so there's our jack in. Make sure we get everything. That's it. I think that's pretty much as far as it goes. Yeah, the volume control and everything is in the right place. But the tape's not opening, so something is slightly out. Maybe we have to open the tape door first before we push that in. Yeah. And that should close and then open again. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, let's pop the back on here. And that is it, back together. Make sure the door still opens. Yep, we'll pop our cassette in there. Let's get our batteries in. Let's pop it back in there for a sec, just make sure it's still working. Yeah, maybe that's at the end of the tape. Let's try flipping it around. Oh, did I turn the volume down? Nope, no sound. Strange. Ah. There we go, yeah. So it's just the volume was turned down on this side and on the speakers. Okay, yeah, so tapes to normal. Oh, we didn't have Dolby on. Okay, so Dolby's on, but I don't want to play any more because I don't want to get any copyright strikes on my channel, especially since it's a new channel. Last thing to do is just put the belt clip back in, and then we'll just give it a quick wipe over afterwards with a clean cloth just to clean it up. And there we have it, the repaired and reassembled WM 2013 Sony Walkman. So thank you for watching. If you enjoy our content, please hit that subscribe button, and if you ring that bell, and then you'll get notified when there is a new episode uploaded. So until next time, TTFN.